to then start the next leg. It's an opportunity. It's a difficult one. But he's on for it, you know. Joe.
Chased the treble and paid the price. He elected to attack because that first dart on the treble was so good, and so is
84. Matt,
as a consequence,
20.
not giving himself an opportunity at the bull. Cast 3 in hand, a double 10, and he's bursted into the double 15, and Croft will get a second chance.
46.
And that's what this match has been all about. Joe Croft has had a torrid week on the doubles, and his opponents have punished. This time he's got 2 darts. In a competition where you feel he has to go 5 out of 5 today, Joe Croft, by hook or by crook, got there in the end. Good signs for Matt Cast, but just when he needed it most, his dart and his double sort of let him down. It's a sigh of relief there for Joe Croft. It wasn't about the averages. It was a sense that Joe Croft has put himself into a clear 3rd position, can now look at those top 2, go back, reflect, and as we move on to game 2, it's Adrian Gray against Mike Gillet. When he walked on that hockey, Adrian felt, if I can win this game, I'm pretty much going to be there.
Double 18, in it goes, and that was full of conviction for Mike Gillet. 3 legs played, 3 breaks of throw. Because his dart sit down, dart 1 was not kind, and so the open bid of double 10 could have been a relief, but he cannot find, and so Gillet now has a more tangible chance to win it.
Yeah, a match that neither will want to remember. Important game for both. Gillet done a lot of his good work yesterday. Gillet, you sense, has to win all games today.
Game shot.
And he's given himself an opportunity. It wasn't a classic by a long way, but it's an important 2 points on Mike Gillet. Adrian Gray just wants to get up that stage really quickly. He's not back now until game 6, so plenty of time for him to think about it. And the mindset for Gillet was, I've got the 2 points. He won't want to see the numbers as he walks through the play. He knows he didn't finish well, but he got over the winning line. He got the 2 points. Big game coming up next. It's Stephen Belmont against Conan Whitehead.
Desired, is it, this week? And for Conan, Group A didn't quite go to plan, but it's going to plan here. Double 18 leaves double 16. And I think that was an intentional ploy from Whitehead, and he leaves 2-1 with a break of throw.
On the 105, the fact he likes tops, he'll stay upstairs. So treble 15 for that tops. Just has to move over. So left-hand side of that tops. Absolutely plumb. And you don't often see a reaction from Conan Whitehead. He totally understands the situation right now. And just looking at the provisional table.
Opponent here, you'd think, have a dart to win the match himself.
Yeah, this has been one of these types of finishes, 80. And the perfect dart. And the perfect performance from Stephen Belmont, and even a little bit of reaction there from him. That one will hurt Conan Whitehead. It might not look it in that picture there. Conan Whitehead was superb in that game. And a 3-1 down at Stephen Belmont. We were criticising his performances, but that is what the Swiss can do. Is the Swiss on a roll? That is absolutely sensational. Next up, it's Mike Gillet against Matt Cast.
And Cast is sat on a double in case this doesn't go. But Gillet's going to get 2 in his hand for win number 2 of the day.
40.
For more missed darts. 3 from 16 40. On the outer ring.
Well, he's not getting many opportunities, Matt Cast, but he's been good on the doubles today. That has been one element of the game he'd be happy with. We go the distance. Decision, treble 18 or treble 14? He stayed there. Just making Cast think at the back.
Matt, you require 49.
The strength has been the doubling. And that trend continues for Matt Cast. It was a demolition job yesterday when they met, with Mike Gillet winning that game 4-0. He'd have expected something of the same, but that is a real missed opportunity. He just sensed the big winner as he trudges off there. Will be the top 2 overnight, Adrian Gray and Conan Whitehead. But for Matt Cast, the doubles were the difference. 3 from 16 on the outer ring for Mike Gillet. He'll be disappointed when he sees that. But for Matt Cast, the scoring power needs to get better, but the finishing has been superb. And for the 5th time this week, next up, it's Joe Croft against Conan Whitehead. Over the treble. It looked impossible. Double 16 was kind of the last leg. Huge dart. And he's up for the challenge, Joe Croft, and that's not something we've said an awful lot this week. And guess who has the dart in the final leg?
7th and final leg. It's Joe to throw first.
It's a day for Conan Whitehead.
So tops for Croft to get the job done. And from 3-1 down, he has pulled off the Escapology Act. And for the second game in succession, Conan Whitehead has let a 2-leg lead slip. And he could let his position in tomorrow night's final slip as a consequence of that defeat. Joe Croft getting over the line by 4 legs to 3 against Conan Whitehead. That at the tail of the tape on your screen. It moves Croft up to 8 points plus 3 legs difference. It puts Whitehead in some peril. Next up, Gray and Belmont.
Game 3, 4-3. Game 4, 4-3. Game 5, 4-3.
134.
Is game 6 about to go the same?
20.
D10. Now D5. And we go all the way. 3-3 between Gray and Belmont. There is more drama to ensue in this contest. Chris Gray's command of the group. 2 games played, 2 defeats it looks like for him. And it's going to be 2 wins and 2 for Stefan Belmont, who may well be saving his best until last. He gets the better of Adrian Gray by 4 legs to 3, and he's still in the picture. He's on to 6 points, and everybody is within 2 of one another. Belmont 4, Gray 3, and there's such an interesting complexion because actually, the way the group goes, if the next 3 results go in a certain direction, all 6 players could be on 8 points going into the final couple of rounds. We kick off round number 3 with Conan Whitehead up against Mike Gillet. Should go 25 and ball here, but decides to stay there. 171.
171.
Leaves himself on 138. Now that's a famous finish, isn't it? To win a big game. Luke Humphries won a World Grand Prix title
60.
on 138.
Mikey require 138.
He's got 6 darts from here. Beautiful. Another one of them. Double 12. And this would be for 6 perfect darts on the spin. Magic Mike!
Shot on the first leg, Mike Gillet.
Gillet with quite the fillet, the 138 and 6 perfect darts to break Conan Whitehead.
You require 16.
He's in a position where he could be hauled back to 3-2. But that's awkward. What can he see and what can he find of that?
I'm also thinking Mike Gillet, that last dart he had, 119, is certainly not a gimme. Conan Whitehead, he could have his own show here. I mean, he's thrown virtually... What a dart that is, by the way. I mean, that must be thrown from about 9 foot. That'll do nicely.
92.
You said there was another twist in the tail.
40.
Gillet comes back for 72 to eventually cross the finishing line. And Whitehead has got a single to double if he misses.
He will expect. He's held his hand out twice already for Gillet. What an incredible game that was. A game that Mike Gillet led 3-0. A game that Conan Whitehead was suddenly become favourite going in that last leg. But a missed opportunity there for Conan Whitehead, and he can't get up the stage quick enough. And for Mike Gillet, it might be a joke to the referee, and how on earth did it win that? He was the better player throughout. Conan Whitehead's biggest opponent was himself in that game, and he still had an opportunity at the end. Incredible. What a Group C. Please stay with us. Another 4-3, and next up it's Matt Cast against Adrian Gray. That'll do, because a big 17. Oh, dear me. Dear me, Matt.
And Adrian Gray comes back. Should have 2 in hand at tots to win this contest 4-2. Oh, my.
No score.
And he's bust the score because he's hit the double 19.
60.
Absolutely incredible. And it is gift wrap this game to Adrian Gray.
Another bizarre match on a bizarre day here at the Motor Super Series. But it's Adrian Gray by hook or by crook. Gets over that winning line. Does stop that incredible run of 4-3 games, but another missed opportunity for Matt Cast. Is that the end of his chances of winning this group? How does Adrian Gray feel about it? Well, I think that does, because it's been a disastrous day so far for Adrian Gray, who sat pretty overnight. His doubles being the big difference between the pair of them there. Adrian Gray, he moves on to 10 points. Will Joe Croft match that? He's up next against Stefan Belmont.
130.
Is that the only dart he's going to get at a double in this leg? Croft looking for the third successive break to kickstart the match. And he's going to get a dart at double 18. And he finds the double 18. And Crofty breaks again. He leads 2-1.
Thing has gone right in this leg, including Belmont just not scoring whatsoever until now.
171.
But even that maximum visit 40. Does nothing. It's a poor dart. But can Croft cross the finishing line? Double 16. To put him onto 10 points in the group. And it puts him in P2 and puts him in a good position. And it puts it in his own hands now. He beats Stefan Belmont by 4 legs to 2. And so it means the top 2 cannot be separated. In fact, Joe Croft, as a consequence, goes top of the table after the end of the 8th round of matches. Adrian Gray in P2, Whitehead and Gillet on 8, Belmont and Cast on 6. That's how the table occupies going into round 4 of our day, which kickstarts with Matt Cast and Conan Whitehead after this short break.
82.
Well, Conan's first down to a W would expect. Well, it's not guaranteed, because 63 points left. If he hits a single 13 here, that is very, very awkward. Well, he threw a dart earlier on the right-hand side of the hockey, and it was, for me, the dart of the day.
Game shot on the first
that
leg,
rivals it.
Conan Whitehead.
Against Conan Whitehead.
It's tops as well. And Matt casts Conan aside. What a day for Conan Whitehead. Played 4, lost 4. He was top overnight. An absolute nightmare, but fair play to Matt Cast. During that game, he really did put the afterburners on. A 2-2 and an incredible way to see it out in the end. He became the better player. He added 10 points on his average in that last leg and a half. That's the best I've seen of Matt Cast today. Is a little too late, but the table is tight, the games are tight. Just look at that. Joe Croft is the one who's winning games. Adrian Gray's beginning to find his scoring boots, and just look at that gaggle of players behind. So much to play for. The next game, a must win for Mike Gillet and Stefan Belmont.
2 8s for 3-1. He's miscounted.
48.
Wow, well, it's a miscalculation at the worst possible point for Stefan Belmont. Mike's lurking over, wondering what's happened. It's all just began to ring in the ears of Stefan Belmont, who's only just realised the error of his ways. Well, this would be some way to punish if Gillet could take out the 108. Look at the blush.
It's such a routine finish as well. That's 5 days of darts. Still has a chance, 87 points left. So treble 17 will be the desired target.
Right, so it's double 8, Stefan.
78. Check 68. Stefan, you require 16.
For 3-1. It's got there in the end. Belmont leads 3-1. Yeah, he needed 1 dart at double 8.
Yeah, an interesting dynamic there. It was very nice of Mike Gillet to tell him what.
5th leg, it's Mike to throw first.
Would you have listened to you require 16? It was a treble 19, double 12. He's looking down again. Not to be. And it's been a splendid performance from Stefan Belmont.
100.
And to move to 8 points.
You require 41.
For a 4-2 win, Belmont is going to get 2 darts in hand at tops. It would be a dagger blow to Mike Gillet. And it could have just kept Belmont's heart beating in terms of qualification. How about another last leg decider, Mike?
I think he'll go direct because of his love for tops, or is he looking down?
2 8s. Does not go. And with that
10.
could well be his qualification hopes. Belmont back for double 5. Belmont wins on double 5, and it is a victory which puts him on to 8 points. It's a defeat that could be so costly for Mike Gillet. Belmont wins 4-2. His excellent day continues, and they have a chat about that moment in the middle of the match where Belmont miscalculated. He thought he wanted double 4 when he needed double 8. But he's got the points nonetheless. All's well but ends well for Stefan Belmont. We've still got 4 more games to go on this Friday afternoon. Adrian Gray against Joe Croft is a massive match in the race of qualification. In matter of fact, the winner of the contest will be through. On treble for the ball. And he needs it with dart 2. Finds it. Bullseye. A moment of excellence. And he knows how pivotal that could be. He may well see the pot of gold now, Adrian Gray. The 1-2-2 puts him one up.
This last leg, the winner of it will go through to Saturday night.
Out of 12 games today, that is the 6th to go to a last leg decider. In matter of fact, double 18, and Adrian Gray is into the finals again. The conqueror has conquered Group C, and it is a hat-trick of Saturday night appearances for him. His previous 2 have yielded semi-finals. He is hoping to go a couple better this time around. Joe Croft threatened the comeback. From 3-1 it went back to 3-3, but Adrian Gray took charge of the last leg, taking it out in 14, and he is through to tomorrow night's final. And to the final round we go. We've still got 3 more matches for you on this Friday afternoon, and it kicks off with Stefan Belmont up against Matt Cast.
Treble needed out the first 2 darts. He gets it with the first. He's going to get a dart for a 2-0 lead. Back to his tops. And that's why he used his tops. He has gone down a couple of times to use the double 16 in the combination finishing.
Required 20.
Opened up fantastically well yesterday. Just hasn't been for either of these players. I think more disappointment for Stefan Belmont, despite another victory there. He must look back and think, I was only a couple of victories away. I think the damage was done yesterday for the Swiss, but it's been a real joy to see him. Big smile on his face. I can sometimes feel a bit of a marathon week, but we will not be seeing Stefan Belmont in tomorrow night's final, but a good victory in his final game. The highlight being that 109 finish, 85 average. As we move to the penultimate game, a big game for Conan Whitehead. He plays already qualified Adrian Gray.
Well, this would be the spark. Tops. Well, that's the spark, all right. And just like that, Whitehead has found something tangible. And just like that, Whitehead is still living and breathing in this contest to make it through. 2 to the good in this potentially pivotal game for him.
Yeah, there's that wry smile from Gray, because I think what he's saying to himself is, when you're beginning to doubt me, when it looks like I've lost a leg, I can bring out a big score. But then Conan Whitehead will say, well, hold my court.
130.
Because I was about to say, there's your 164.
Well, Conan says, hold your coat. If Gray takes this, he may need to get his jacket. Double 8, 14 darter, Gray breaks. And that could be a heartbreaker for Conan Whitehead. For the group, and to send the former champion home. Went ball first. And so guarantees a darter double 16. And Conan Whitehead, the former champion, is out. The first ever champion is out. And Adrian Gray will guarantee top spot.
It's wild. This is nasty.
30.
This is incredible stuff. You can cut the tension with a knife, and look at that. That's what this game does to you.
Croft is at boiling point. He was almost 60. At break point because Gillet nearly broke again. He's missed 9 darts.
10.
He's 10 points away. And with dart 10 at a double, Can he finally go through?
It's 10 points away.
Game shot on a third
Joe
leg.
Croft
Joe
does
Croft.
eventually reach another Saturday night final. He will join Adrian Gray from this incredible
Fourth leg.
Group
It's
C
Mike to throw first.
on the back.
Double 5.
15.
Inside.
Mikey
And he
requires
knows.
20.
He does not know. Well, we know that he doesn't know. What do we know about this double 10? Double 5. In it goes. It's 3-1. And Croft, in the back of his mind, unaware of the situation, is going for the mill for 2. Both players definitely know they're not. Well, Joe Croft's still in the background lurking away. Gillet would have won the match there, but he wouldn't have won the war there.
Good spot there, Henry. He's all over the place, Joe Croft. I don't think he even knows now he's through.
Game shot on a sixth
Maybe
leg.
now?
Joe Croft.
I just don't know. I think you could ask Joe Croft his name and I don't think he'd give you an answer.
That Mike Gillet uses that he's used for many, many years. They look like an old tungsten, don't they?
136.
Certainly the setup hasn't changed over the amount of time I've known Mike. But for Joe Croft, expect a let out of a lot of pent-up
24.
emotions
Joe require 48.
if he pins this 48. Double 16. And now double 8.
32.
But that's the area of the game. If he is to do well tomorrow night, and I'm delighted he's there tomorrow. That famous surname, that famous family in darts. He'll have
96.
a lot of pressure when he throws.
Joe
But this for victory.
16.
2 8s.
Game shot and the
Relief
match. Joe Croft.
for Joe Croft. He only needed the 1 leg to go through. He's now got the win. He beats Mike Gillet by 4 legs to 3 in the final game of what has been a marathon session here at the Modus Super Series. A lot of games going tight, a lot of games going close, a lot of games going for free. And the last of which has been won by Joe Croft. He gets the better of Mike Gillet. That, the final game, a nice embrace between the pair. Gillet will depart, Croft will head through. We'll be back with you shortly. Welcome back to the Modus Super Series, where we're joined in the studio by seemingly the most relieved man in Portsmouth right now, Joe Croft. First and foremost, did you know in that last game you only needed the 1 leg to go through?
Yeah, I knew that. I see Stefan was sneaking in the background. But like I said, for personal reasons, I was getting a lot of bad messages on Facebook over my performances this week. And it was a bit of relief there, because that was sort of have that in a way, do you know what I mean? So I just wanted to give it back to him in a different way, you know what I mean? So
did it almost feel like you had to prove a point then beyond yourself?
yeah, it was a personal thing. It was a personal thing. But like I said, I used that as a bit of fire today, and in the right places.
Then let me tell you something. You can read 99 fantastic messages, and you can read the one that really hurt you. And do me a favour from today and use that as a motivation in a way. Let it put the fire in your belly, because you're the one that's up there.
Yeah.
You're the one that's doing it. I'm fascinated with your story because of the surname. So every time any of my family are playing, the surname can be a hindrance there. You've done yourself and your family real credit there. And don't ever let anyone on social media say anything, because they aren't up there. You're doing it and they're just jealous.
I appreciate it, mate.
Let's talk about today, because it was a bit of a wild ride. Let's talk through it kind of chronologically, because you must have felt 4 points overnight. You needed to get off to a fast start, and that was exactly what you did.
Yeah, I mean, yesterday, I felt, again, I should have won more than I did, you know. Them things around the outside that I can't hit. Mm-hmm. I've done it all right today, you know what I mean? But, yeah, I knew how to put it right today. And I came in with a completely different mindset, more of a determined mindset more than anything. And a chilled, determined mindset. And to be fair, I proved what I can do in these places, but I'm still not there.
It was a bizarre group. I mean, to commentate on something, the way that it just went from one player to the next, and the whole Conan Whitehead story, where he must have thought overnight he'd pretty much done all the work there. But yeah, I mean, the doubles. We had a conversation right in your last game there. I asked Henry, what it takes. I mean, the doubles are there whenever you want it. I like your motivation. I like the way that you've got a beautiful rhythm to your game. I think that to your detriment, in the very first game on Monday, a game you were in control of that you'd end up losing, that seemed to affect you, not for the next few games. So maybe get your mind a little bit more positively there. But I think you've got a really, really dangerous game. You're a big scorer, and like you say, if you can find them doubles as well tomorrow night, go for it.
Are you a player that plays better with edge? Because if you look at your 2024, really good on the ADC Tour Championship. There's been some good results. That's obviously won the rallies, qualified to get to the UK Open. But maybe here, because it's a round-robin format, have we not seen the better? Are you a player that plays better when you feel like there's more of a knockout situation on the line?
I'd probably say yeah. I find it easier to sort of zone in a louder environment. Mm-hmm. So any little noise, you drop a flight, you can hear it, and any little noise, I'm like, oh, what was that? Do you know what I mean? And I think I focus more when there's a crowd, because I know that there's going to be noise in the background and I can still zone in on where I need to be. But I feel like, when it comes to a knockout situation, I'm a lot more confident, because I know what's at stake. You feel like you've got another chance with round robins. Yeah.
Have you got family, friends coming tomorrow as well?
No, I'd like to say, yeah. I think my dad's coming. Yeah. My mum and dad are coming. And I know Leslie and Graham Innes are coming as well. They're all part of the back in the day, BDO days. But they're hopefully they'll all be coming, and a few more. And unfortunately, I missed Steve and Michelle's wedding, which I'm gutted. But again, I've got to think about myself, So I do wish them all the congrats in the world.
If there's one thing we know about Steve and Michelle, they will not mind because of what you're doing. So also, by the way, all the best to Steve and Michelle. Hell of that tomorrow. We'll have another chat with you in just a second, Joe. We're just going to have a quick chat with Glenn in regards to the league standings, because Joe made it through alongside Adrian Gray, who got off to the worst possible start, but managed to find a way of making it through in the end.
He had a disastrous start, and then halfway through a game, he was not playing well. He just suddenly found the afterburners, and he played with a bit of a smile on his face. He had that wry smile because he knew he was winning legs, but not playing well. He did a low 1, treble 20. He was doing things that he wasn't really happy the way his game was at. But I think he was a deserved winner over the past 2 days. But look, it's just about getting to Saturday night. The competition for Adrian, will start now, and along with Joe, it's a nice blend with Bradley Brooks.
Conan Whitehead, what must he be feeling right now?
I mean, genuinely, I don't know, because he has the experience, he has the firepower, he's got, everything that he loves. The Modus Super Series. It was a shock to me. It was probably a shock to you. And I think at times he was shell-shocked through there, because he just couldn't believe what was happening. And remember, he started fantastically well, averaging over 100 and losing games, looking good. And then all of a sudden, he was falling apart on the stage there. And we lived sort of every dart with him through there. Yeah, it'll be a tough night for Conan.
But Joe, you don't have to worry about that. You're through. You're into Saturday night. You've achieved so much this year, particularly on that ADC circuit. But where would a successful Saturday evening compare and contrast to what you've done so far this year?
It's got to be up there. I set a target of actually getting to a Saturday, and I've done it. I've hit another target that I've set myself. I think it was Nico the other day. He said I've been here. This is my fourth or fifth time. I can't remember now. And I've only made one finals night, and I was ill that night as well. So although I had the record to get through into the semi-final the quickest, but it was a blur. I can't remember it. So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling like fine. I'm not ill. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
It feels like this could be the beginning of a big end to the year for yourself, particularly in this building, because you're going to be here for the Tour Championship finals. Yeah. You're going to be here for the ADC Global Championship. There's a possibility that 2024 could be a very profitable year for yourself.
Yeah, I'd like to think so. But for me, it's not about the money. I'm not playing for the money. I'm playing because I love the game. I'm playing because I enjoy it. And to be fair, like I said, I say it every single time. Everyone talks about me being a Croft and my granddad's name, and I want to. My own name means more to me. I'm proud of what he's done and everything, but my own name is what I want to make in the game. I don't want to live off my family's name.
How difficult is that, particularly, I suppose, when it manages pressure? Because I suppose there's a lot of people that can come into the sport and maybe just free roll a little bit. Do you feel like there's an extra tag attached to you because of that?
I mean, me personally, I don't see it. I can see why people see it's an added pressure, but then I look at it as a positive, and I feel people are playing me because of my granddad and a name who I am. And I do think sometimes that gets you through games, but then I also think that people step up their game against you. You know, so, but for me, I don't see it as that, you know, I don't, like I said, I'm very proud of what he's done, but it's me, I'm the one throwing the darts, so it's just me making my own name.
You're building your own legacy and doing it very, very well. Joe, many congratulations. We'll see you tomorrow night. Glenn, I've absolutely enjoyed working with you this week. It's always a pleasure. Shall we do it again soon?
Yeah, I don't think we'll ever forget that Group C, will we? I mean, it had so much ups and downs, but just listening to Joe there, you can feel the emotion in his voice, and good luck to the lad tomorrow night.
Don't be a stranger. Not too many nasty treats. Joe, we'll see you tomorrow night. We'll see you later on this evening. It's going to be Chris Murphy in the chair from 10 p.m. this evening. But as far as Group C is concerned, well, it was a golden day for Gray, whilst Croft also shines. Bye from us.